Romancing the Dungeon is intended for mature audiences as this show contains adult themes. Not those kind of adult themes, just sensitive stuff that some audience members may find upsetting. Content warnings for specific episodes can be found in episode descriptions.
Tell me why I'm so alone when I know you're here with me.
You're listening to Romancing the Dungeon, a softcore D&D podcast about heroes navigating their daily lives while looking for love in a world full of peril, monsters, and heartbreakers. Previously on Romancing the Dungeon.
You're all very welcome to Littlehorn, heroes of Tezarab.
Felicity, I'm Ivan. It's a pleasure to meet you.
If you ever wanted to see more of Littlehorn, I can show you.
How much do you know about the person whose body you've taken over?
Nothing. I do hope you realize that I am very grateful to be here.
But I hope you realize how much this hurts. Seeing him there in front of us and he's not there.
Miss Izzidrim, I reach out to inform you of a threat to your person.
Noted. Tell her I am fine. I am searching for her brother.
Hello? Welcome to Obscuro's visionary realm of the future. Sister, she's in really grave peril.
What?
You should find out what's happening.
Ivan and Felicity, you pop into the shop. There's just mounds of armor and wares and clothing and backpacks, and there's a bucket full of swords and a hat rack with helmets on it. The shop itself is, it's filled. It looks almost like the stuff has been hoarded, and it kind of goes back a little bit, kind of like a warehouse. And as kind of Felicity kind of leads you through piles, you hear the door open once again, and there's just a thud as it shuts. And Ivan, as you look over your shoulder, standing there kind of a little awkward, Fia, and she starts kind of looking through a random pile of things.
Okay, I will leave her to her devices and I will take a look for a nice cloak to keep me warm in this cold weather.
Give me a perception check.
Ooh, perception, that's a +3, so 8.
You find a mountain, like it's like a bin full of clothes. It's just overflowing. It's kind of hard to tell what anything is. It's just nothing's labeled, nothing is organized or folded. It's just how shops run these days. And Felicity is just kind of looking at you. A cloak and some...
Yeah, a cloak and maybe a fur as well.
Oh, I can see that on you.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
I can see that off you too.
I roll my eyes.
You're just shopping like a weirdo behind them.
It's a small shop.
I just said it's a big shop.
Oh, well, whatever.
You creep.
Yeah.
Just there with a magazine with
Yeah, Fia is kind of following, but holding, like she's not on top of you. She's just kind of maybe one stall behind you or one bin full of clothes behind you. You hear a bit of commotion coming from the back. And Felicity just kind of looks at you. Yeah, it's probably best if you just ask Mira. She kind of has a thing about her stuff.
Okay. Shopkeep?
Yes?
Hello.
Hello.
I was wondering if you could help me.
Sure.
I'm looking for a cloak.
Well, you've come to the right spot. Sure, I'll be with you in a minute. There's just a loud thud and clang as something is dropped. And a dark grey skinned half-orc woman just steps out from a doorway at the back of the shop. And she's wearing a long apron that's covered in soot and a couple of stains and stuff like that. She's 2 tusks poking out from her bottom jaw. Both seem to have been kind of filed down a little bit. She has an undercut on the left side of her head, and there's a deep scar just over her left ear that is also missing the tip. Adorned on her head, she's wearing a metal hat that's chin strapped on her. On the right hand side of her head, there is just a long mane of raven navy hair. And she has these really, really soft blue eyes.
Yes, I was looking for a cloak, maybe something. Maybe I'm thinking like a maybe an emerald green, maybe a nice black fur.
For your complexion.
Yes, I'm quite pale.
Yes, I think we have. And she literally bulldozes her way towards you. Yes, if you just give me a moment. And she just shoves the bin over and starts throwing clothes everywhere. Dish. And she flicks out a very musty but pristine looking cloak. It's emerald green. It has a cowl on it. The cloak is a little bit long, but it's kind of what you were looking for.
Yeah, and a fur as well.
Oh, just behind Owen. 3 customers. I'll be with you in a moment. And she just grabs you by the shoulders, Fia, and just plops you to the right.
Right. Okay.
She pulls open a mound of furs, and several woodland critters run. And she just starts rifling through. Heavy fur, summer fur.
What tog are these?
4?
Very good. I will. This sort of black one here with sort of the white speckles.
If we could just close your eyes.
I close my eyes.
And you just hear it bang. Sure. And there's a.
I can see this.
You saw, yeah, she bopped whatever that was on the head. A fur.
Fantastic. Has she skinned it already?
She heads to the back of the shop. You hear a very loud commotion coming from inside. Both of you give me perception checks.
That is a 19 for me.
That is a 24 for me.
It's very strange. You don't hear like hammering or like any sounds you would in a tailor's, like stitching or something being ripped around like that. But the air feels very weird in here for a second. And she comes back a moment later and she's carrying a form-fitting black fur coat that has a sort of snowy collar and a hood. It's detachable.
Lovely.
Anything else?
Could you maybe take the cloak up a little bit?
Sure.
Maybe add a sleeve on the right.
A sleeve. Sure. One fashy in a good way. A tasteful way. And she pops back behind the thing. Again, it's just a moment or two. The air feels a bit weird. And she comes back out. And she's taken it up like 2 inches. And she's added a sleeve on the right-hand side.
Marvelous work.
I know.
I actually maybe like a shield. Do you carry any of those or
A shield. And she steps between you and Felicity, Ivan, and she moves over to a wall, and there's just boxes stacked up on them, and she pulls out the bottom one, and everything else just spills around her, and there's the clang of metal and the rattling of iron. Whoops. A box of shields.
I'll have a little rifle through and see if I see anything I like.
Will you see anything you like? Something bigger?
Smaller, actually.
And she starts to scratch her head.
Can I get a glimpse of that hat she's wearing?
It's not a hat. The lady's wearing a shield on her head. It's like a little buckler.
I like your headpiece.
It's safety gear.
Is that wouldn't happen to be for sale?
Everything's for sale.
So for the cloak, the fur, and your marvelous headpiece, what are we talking?
And I'm dropping that voice because my fucking tongue is starting to hurt. So, all in, the buckler is 10 gold pieces.
Okay.
Because of the alterations, it would have been 8 gold pieces for the coat, but the alterations brought it up to 10. And the cloak, do you want it leather lined? Sure, do you want it leather lined? No, do you want a leather lined cloak, or just a leather cloak or a canvas cloak.
I think canvas wool is fine.
That's only 7 silver pieces. Oh, but it was well made though, so 14 silver pieces.
Okay.
So 20 gold.
I don't know what things cost.
What is money? In total,
25 gold on jam.
you spent more on jam than you have on armor. And 2 of those things are fashion pieces. Yeah, Ivan, in total it's 20 gold pieces and 14 silver pieces for the cloak, the coat, and the buckler.
I turn to Felicity and say, I'm terribly, terribly sorry. Would you like something while we're here? Just as a thank you for showing me around.
I would love a new basket.
And a basket, please.
Sure. Do you want a cheap basket or expensive basket?
How expensive are your expensive baskets? I say under my breath. So
8 silver pieces.
I'll get an expensive basket.
Okay.
So what's that altogether?
20 gold and 7 silver, 15 silver in total. 15. You spent more on the basket than you did the cloak.
I mean, it's a good basket.
What is love?
I can add a buckler, so I don't know how to up my armor class for.
I can homebrew the item for you afterwards. We can add it on, but it's going to be the buckler adds a +1 to your AC. Another for client. Miss, may I help you?
I was looking for a coat for the weather.
Oh, more cloaks.
Well, more of a coat, maybe.
Oh,
If you had one.
cloaks and coats, a plenty. And she moves back to the pile she was with Ivan and Felicity. Something like the gentleman is wearing?
No.
Something like the gentleman's lady friend is wearing?
Maybe something like the gentleman is wearing, please, then.
Picker. I'm marrying them all in today.
I'm also wondering, do you buy items off of people as well?
I've been known to dabble in a little trade.
Okay. Because I'm going to sell my short bow because I don't use it anymore. And I take off one of my mittens from Marilla and I take off the broken ring of the ram to sell.
What kind of coat? You're looking for something kind of like what Nate's wearing, like
Just warm, I suppose, like slim fitting at the body and maybe flare out at the bottom, long sleeve.
just the thing. 1 moment. And she grabs a couple of coats and she hops back, like very excitedly, to the back of the shop. And then there's just a flash. And she comes back, Fia, and it's not a fur coat, it's a plush, feathered, snow owl, white coat.
Gorgeous.
With a creamy mink trimmed hood. My finest today.
It is gorgeous.
I'm a loser. And she looks at you, Ivan. Liver.
I take off the one that the hotel place gave me and I try on the white one.
22.
And what about if I sold my short bow and this
Fuck me, hang on.
ring of the ram?
Okay, you're going to have to give me a persuasion roll on the mitten and the ram.
No, the mitten's not going.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said... Okay,
just-
okay,
yeah.
you're taking...
I thought you were selling it.
Because she doesn't really want the ram. 15 gold pieces.
Okay.
The ring. No, where's she going with that? That's Erwin.
Erwin, I love you.
No, that's Erwin. What is this? Dogs. Hey, dogs. The ring. No.
Okay, that's fine. So with the difference in price, I'd owe you 7. It's 22 for the cloak, plus 10% discount actually. So that'd be 20 for the cloak. So I owe you 5. I hand over the coupon.
No, fine print.
What fine print?
Discounted item. And you're getting a discounted item.
Fair. Okay, I'll pay the 7. That's fine.
Stingy fucks in this show.
You don't give us much money.
You don't do enough jobs.
All right, I pay the difference.
She takes the bow and hands you the coat, and then takes the money off you then as well.
Just before I go back to the others, Ivan, sorry. I don't know if you went through like Nate's things, your things, but just in case that you probably saw some like leg warmers. Just don't sell those.
I wasn't planning on selling anything. Do you want them?
Well, I mean, if you're giving them, I think they look lovely on me.
Nate's mom made them for him before she died.
Wow. Oh, I'm so sorry. Who's Nate?
I don't actually really know that. Here, have your basket. Yeah, please take them and I'll hand them over.
Sorry, I didn't want to. I just wanted to let you know that they were important, I guess.
Actually, while we're at it, I also have a rather phallic-looking whip. Not really my style.
Well, if she's taking the leggings...
I'll take it for you. I don't know, maybe you might change your mind at some point or something.
Yeah, maybe better in your hands.
Ivan...
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there you
Ivan,
are.
what about the ice fields? I was going to show you the ice fields.
Sorry to interrupt, by the way.
Apology accepted.
Yes, the ice fields. Yes, I'd love to see them.
Amazing.
I'll see you later.
Fia, when you head out, you find Cael kind of standing there with a little brown paper bag, jangling, and he seems to be like peeping into it. His third eye is still very much there. It's also peeping into the bag.
I just kind of stand there in my new coat. What do you think?
His vision narrows and he very seriously takes a lap around Fia.
Oh shit.
Looking her up and down, steps back and puts his head in his chin, or his chin in his hand. Really stunning. Lovely.
Thanks.
There's a faint, it's not magical, but there's a faint, like a little aroma of magic that you can see.
Should we find Hephaesta and maybe go try something else?
You don't have to. Because rather depressingly, Hephaesta comes drifting up the road in the direction that the two of you had come from when you left her at Jim Jam Flimplams.
Hey, Heffy, where did you head off to?
There was a tent and a cat. Fortune teller. Look, they're all fake anyway, you know.
Are you?
Not true, actually.
Right, everything they say is not true.
No, like divinatory magic is a whole school. There's
Not this guy.
Right.
Why,
Yeah.
what did he say?
You know, something about me being like fake, which
Ivan and Felicity come out at that exact moment.
tried to say, you know, like I'm not in touch with, you know, my feelings and I'm like pretending, but I will be on that now. I'm very in touch, you know, with
Our purse starts vibrating.
Well, don't mind him if he said that. Like, he doesn't know you now.
Yeah, no, that was it. It was very sketchy, the whole thing. There's no way that was legit. So
Cael heard back from my mum, by the way.
oh, great.
She's fine.
Good.
She's
Okay.
out looking for your brother.
Quillo.
My brother, her brother.
Her
Yeah.
brother.
He's
You don't.
missing.
you
He's
don't have
missing.
Sorry, Quillow's missing.
Apparently,
But weren't they on their way to
Elope, probably.
Gilshire?
That's-
They were supposed to be there with us for the trial with my sister. Why aren't they in Galeshire?
can you message my mum again? I
don't have too many of those.
Okay, so this really
yeah.
fake fortune teller also told me my sister was in trouble?
That's not good.
Okay. No, yeah, of course I can tell her something. What do you want me to say? Do you want me to say impart the fortune and
Ask, where did he go missing?
Mm-hmm.
Is Sekhmet missing too?
Mm-hmm.
Can we help?
okay, can do. Will do. Doing it now. Me again. Fia's worried. Sekhmet and Quillo due for Galeshire. Sia said Sekhmet is in danger. Ergo, he may be. No charge this time. There, message sent.
Okay.
She'll be fine. He'll be fine. Quillo's strong enough as well from what we saw back when he fought Scraps. Old zombie man.
Sops.
Sops. I'm sorry, I don't have all the history there. Well, you told
for
me.
the best.
Yeah, no, that's fair. So, he held his own there, and Sekhmet's perfectly capable, from what I've heard, of her defense of the wall.
They both kind of almost died, if I remember right.
Almost isn't dead.
What should we do? Like I know we're being ferried to Galeshire, but
We'll tell Sebastian when he should know that
Yes.
they were on their way. So surely he has tabs on them, or would have up until.
Cael purses his lips, very clearly mulling something over.
what's wrong?
Not Sebastian.
What do you mean, not Sebastian?
Instantly, Cael, you get a response, whereas before it took a little bit. It's not a full message. It's not a full response. It's frantic. The magic is slightly erratic. Like it's not the full message. Meadow Moon. No. Hope. Don't. Fear. Worry. Can't. Only choice.
He doesn't attempt to hide the concern
What?
as he locks eyes with Fia.
What? What did she say? What?
It didn't quite all come through. She didn't sound quite as collected as the last one. Do you know a Meadow Moon? Do you know where Meadow Moon is?
It's not a place. It's someone we knew in Tezrab. Clodagh was Clodagh Meadowmoon.
Clodagh Meadow.
Clodagh, you had the satyr, the Nate's thing.
Now, she did say don't fear worry. I don't know if that means don't worry fear or... Okay, word for word, what I made out was Meadow Moon, no, hope, don't fear, worry, can't, only choice. I'm not quite sure what would interfere with it.
We need to find Sebastian and
Not Sebastian.
no, he's bring us to Galeshire. And
It's Dahlia.
what do you mean it's Dahlia?
Come on. This is the least surprising thing you have to have heard in the last couple of
There's
minutes.
no way she snuck back in that easily.
Do you
She
think?
wasn't in great shape when she left, last I recall.
Mm-hmm.
How'd she get all the way to Galeshire, transform, raise an army, and come down to us in overnight?
She's not raising an army. They have an army.
Well, sure, but
They're just waiting for a commander.
are you sure? If
Brushes his hair back and he says, we can find out.
Well, let's do that because I want to figure out what's going on with my mom and my brother, and I'm sure you want to figure out what's happening with your sister.
yeah,
Yeah, for sure. I'm not arguing.
I think we're going to make our way probably back to the hotel looking for Sebastian.
are they all staying there as well? Do we know?
No, they weren't staying in. God, they don't have that kind of money. Nate's blown half the kingdom's budget.
So would we know where they are staying then?
Sebastian hadn't said, but you could probably ask Paisley to summon him or send someone to get him. So you're not going to go and do any other events. This is what you want to focus on.
Yeah, I think so.
Sorry.
You're not fucking sorry.
You gave me the info.
And you didn't have to tell them. No, I'm joking.
Let's go punch a walrus first, and then I'm going to tell you this really important plot.
I take it back.
The
fighting ring.
the three of
I'll
you,
find something to punch.
three of you head. You head back, and it's around the same time that you are heading to the ice fields, Ivan. Felicity leads you a little further back into town, where you took the narrow path up towards the hotel, past that, and down a small road off to your right. And she told you you're heading to the ice fields. It dawns on you very, very quickly what she's talking about. It's actually a lake that's completely frozen over, and they have planted loads of flowers and trees that have also become frozen. And a winter landscape spills out in front of you, and there are people very busily with large chunks of ice chiseling and hammering at things. And at the gateway it down into the ice fields, there's a woman kind of just standing there with a clipboard, and she waves over at the two of you. Chrissy, what do they see?
So Chrissy is a very tall, thin half-elf. She's a bit older. You can see some lines kind of around her eyes and her mouth. She's like a very soft pixie haircut. It's not spiky, it's a bit floppy. And she wears sort of long, flowy tunic with some flowy pants and like lots of dangly jewelry. Hello?
Oh, okay, Ivan, just play this kind of cool. I went to school with Chrissy, and she's a bit out there.
Lead the way.
Chrissy!
Felicity, lovely to see you. Look at you. And who is this handsome young man?
Chrissy, this is Ivan. Ivan single-handedly saved the town of Warmnook.
Oh, I've heard stories. No, that's you.
Apparently so.
Oh.
He doesn't like to talk about it. He's very
and
humble.
Humble as well. Oh, incredible. How did you snag such a catch?
Oh, I was just, I work with Dad. He's getting on, so I'm taking over. I'm going to be running the business soon enough anyway. Oh. And I was just dropping over some food to Ivan's room, and the rest kind of writes itself.
Oh, that's so...
Our eyes met.
Romantic. Oh, I could write poems about it.
Please don't.
Of course, dear. Whatever makes you comfortable.
You're overseeing the ice field. This is you.
I'm judging this year. Oh, are you entering? You should enter. No. If he can save a town, he can carve some ice.
What
it's
this?
Just a thing with the Nice Fest, like a little sculpting competition that apparently
fun.
Chrissy's qualified to judge.
It's just some light fun. I just carve a sculpture in some ice, and I go around and I say, "Ooh."
No, okay then.
There's Daddy's going to be giving out a prize for the best sculpture.
Okay.
Oh, this is so exciting! Oh, I'm so excited to see what you come up with.
And the entry fee, of course. 15 silver pieces.
Yep. Okay.
We have to fund the festival somehow now.
Of course. I mean, what?
How else is Chrissy going to earn a wage?
Just take a gold, okay? Just take a gold.
And generous saves a town, humble and generous.
He's loaded.
You are so lucky. You might not have to take your daddy's business after all.
I'm still going to do that, Chrissy, because...
I guess what else would you have anyway?
Still more than you, Chrissy.
No.
You and the Whack-Up family.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's just you, because, your parents left.
Will we move on? I'm getting rather uncomfortable.
Yes, the 15 silver, please.
Yes, there's your gold. Just
Thank
take
you
it.
so much. Now, if you just want to take a place down there at the end, there's a little block of ice for you. Just carve away. You've about 20 minutes left. We started ages ago anyway, but just go on.
Okay, yeah.
Perhaps you could sculpt me.
If only I had a hand as deft to be able to capture beauty as such as yours.
It's a sculpt.
I'll take a dagger out.
Oh, there's tools.
Oh, okay.
Every station gets tools. Like you have it covers the costs of everything. So there's like an ice pick and a chisel and a little hammer.
I'm just going to sculpt the Hedonna.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm flattered as Adonna, but I'm pissed as Felicity. And turned on as Roz.
What is Roz there?
Oh, you haven't visited Roz's pop-up shop. She has a pop-up shop there.
She said in the intro now.
She did. I advertised. Have you proficiency in any tools that might be prevalent to ice sculpting?
No. Disguise kit, drum, flute, lute, and pan flute.
None of those are tools.
No.
Give me a flat D20 roll.
Ooh.
That's a 16.
Oh, fuck me.
Is it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I mean, it's ice. It's very weird. You pick up the hammer and chisel, and when you place the edge of the chisel against the ice and you bring the hammer over the head, you just give a gentle tap, and you find yourself standing outside your home in the Forgotten Vale. And just standing off to the side, Hedonna is tending to a garden, and you tap the ice. And the wood splinters, and an eye scratched into the wood. And you tap the ice again. H. And you tap, and something takes over you, Ivan. And you take a step back from your work, and the beam in the house that you built with your own 2 hands, the doorway, the entranceway, there is a heart. And the letter I and H are just carved into the center of it. And the vision fades, and Felicity clings to your arm. Yeah, I guess that kind of looks like me. And there's a woman just kind of half looking over her shoulder. The features are a little jagged, and the lines aren't just clean, but you can see long hair, and it's just the curl of her smile. Roll a d4.
2.
Take 2 psychic damage as you gaze upon the visage of Adana.
I'm assuming as well, because I arrived late to the competition, I'm on the sort of end.
You are.
Of it.
So you're going to be the last. I keep thinking, yes. I object.
So is there a time limit on this thing?
You were given 20 minutes.
Okay, and how much time is left?
20 minutes have passed.
Okay.
But you're going to be the last to be visited. So if you're,
Okay.
I mean,
No, I just something's gotten up my nose, and I just go and I sneeze into my fist, and then out the other end of it, like a shatter of the other sculptures.
You're the same person. You are the same person.
No one should glimpse upon any other beauty other than Hedona.
You can hear Chrissy down the end going, "Oh, that's beautiful! Look at that! Such artistic talent!"
bam. Bam, another one explodes. One after the other in a line, concentrated. Just explodes until all that's left standing is an ice sculpture crudely carved in 20 minutes of a semi-naked lady looking over her shoulder, and Ivan and Felicity, who's a little perplexed but also trying not to lose her composure every time Chrissy shrieks.
There were a lot of entries.
There was a lot of entries. She's not done yet.
I love that they're all in the same exact
Yeah.
There's only one entry left.
She comes down to you, and like she's covered in just like bits of ice. It almost looks like snow, but it's that little bit more crystallized, and it's in her hair and it's on her clothes, and she's got her hands up around her neck, and she's like and she's just looking frantically around at the rest of the podium. She goes, "There appears to have been a freak accident, and unfortunately everybody else's sculpture was destroyed." This sculpture of a woman, it's lovely. It's very nice.
It's me.
It's all right. Is the winner? Yay, everybody!
There's a lot of children crying. There's a lot of kids crying.
Yay! Clap your hands, Jimmy! Yay!
I carved my nana. Congratulations, Ivan. Daddy's going to be giving out the prizes tomorrow at the ribbon ceremony.
I'll let him know you're the winner. Congratulations! It was so lovely to meet you.
Bye, Chrissy.
Okay.
I will pick up the sculpture and start walking away with it.
We'd like to display that at the ceremony. Please bring it back.
As Chrissy looks around at the inhumane amount of ice shards. As the day has progressed, Littlehorn has gotten a lot busier. As the three of you head back, give me a perception check.
15.
14.
8.
Fia and Cael, both of you yesterday, Hephaesta and Ivan had pointed out the boulders and all of that. In the dark of night, they just look like rocks. But a couple of them have writing on them. As you pass heading up towards the hotel, you do come across one, and you can read the full message. and it just says crudely, "Not so nice fest."
What do you think that means?
It's not so nearly international. It's pretty localized, I guess.
My guard is kind of up a little bit now, like kind of looking around at what's going on around us with a bit more intent than before.
You don't clock anything further than that. Heading back into the hotel, it's a little bit busier than it was when you left for morning. There's a bit of a kind of a lunchtime rush on. Paisley is behind the bar again, just kind of dealing with customers, and he's carrying a clipboard. To pieces. Oh, next year we're not going with Ice Unlimited. The heroes of Warmnook have returned. Everyone, the heroes, and people are like, oh my god, you're the four, well, three of you. A lot of the customers kind of crowd to the three of you. You stopped the
Oh yeah,
Yes, yay, fantastic, yep. And I just kind of like power through the crowd.
how?
You tell that story, Fia, you're really good at it. And I'm just like shoving through the crowd.
so we went to a castle.
What are you doing?
I'm trying
And
to
Cael,
get
what are
to
you?
Paisley.
Okay, you're trying to make your way towards Paisley. Yeah,
Oh, who to go with? No, actually, I think he will...
abandon them both and leave.
Yes, yes.
No, he's going to go up and check their room just out of paranoia more than anything and just make sure everything's in order.
Okay, you're heading back to the room. Fia, you're now swarmed by a crowd. And Hephaesta, you are able to kind of make your way up. Not happy with your adoring.
No, that's fantastic. I love that. That's great. Where is Sebastian? Where are they staying? Where's the army staying?
They've a little regiment further up the hill.
Can you send a message or something down to fetch him? Can you bring him down to...
Yes, we can. We can do anything.
Great. Okay. Can we do that? Now.
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 Okay.
Yeah. No.
Urgently.
Right now.
Oh. And what did I say?
Come here. Just bring him here. Just the heroes want him. They need him here in the ice place.
Of course. I'll have one of the kitchen boys go and do that.
Yep.
I'm certainly not going up the hill.
Okay.
There was while you were out, galavanting around Littlehorn,
I hand him 2 gold and I go, now.
There was a message for the tall old one.
Okay, he's not here.
Oh, it's an envelope. He flaps it in your
Great.
face.
And I rip it out of his hand.
Okay, I'll give the gold to the boys.
Great, go.
Okay. Pertinent youth. But they're guests.
have I wormed my way away from the crowd of people?
Yeah, it's that weird thing of where you kind of go. Someone else like, and then what?
I'm really sorry. I'm just quite hungry now at the moment, so I'm going to go up and rest for a little while.
We actually just ordered the Ice Queen's feast. You are please.
I really do
insist.
No, I really do appreciate.
My sister lives in Warmnook.
Oh, lovely.
No, she lived in Warmnook. She died a couple of years ago. But I mean, I kind of owe you.
No, I really appreciate. However, no.
I insist.
May I finish my sentence?
No, please sit with us. Then you can finish your sentence.
I have to go talk to my friends about something important.
Okay, but then you have to come back and have drinks and some food with us.
Yeah, I'll come back to you later.
Don't lie, because like word gets around and like we don't want our heroes to fall.
I will try my best to get back to you later, but you know the thing is...
So you promise, the hero's promise. Excellent. Okay, everybody, you heard it. Fia, the hero of Warmnook, will be having the Ice Queen's feast with us at our table.
The thing is, if you're very aware, and like a hero's job may never be done, and we may be called upon at the latest.
Bullshit.
So here, and I like give her a ball bearing. It's like, I use these during the battle in Warmnook. If you want one for yourself as a token.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I am going to probably just forget about this. Thanks. And she just walks off.
Well, I don't know what to do.
It's just a ball bearing. Like, what the fuck? Give me the dagger you stab somebody with. You're heading back to the room?
Well, yeah, is she still...
No, she slunked off as well. She left you literally high and dry with the crowd.
Okay, yeah, I'm going up to the room as well to get back with everyone.
Ivan.
What?
You have your Hedana ice bust heading back to the hotel as well?
Yeah.
So, a bit of a weird day.
Okay.
And not you, Ivan, not you. That girl that was following us for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something there? Like, am I stepping on her toes? I really don't want to do that.
No.
It's just I was getting like a vibe off her. And I'm used to that. I get that a lot. Like, a lot of people are jealous of me.
I mean, this is going to sound very strange, but I've only been alive for a couple of days.
That is the sweetest thing anybody's ever said to me. I feel the same way. I feel more alive around you in the last 24 hours. Ivan.
Felicity?
Do you want to go back to my room?
Do you have an extra bed?
Well,
I've been sleeping on the chair inside because we're sort of sharing one bed and I'm not comfortable.
I had Daddy give me he and Mommy's room.
So they sleep in separate beds, do they?
No, they had a Queen Deluxe. And when Mommy passed, he didn't need it.
We could top and tail, I suppose.
Sure, whatever you're into. And her tail starts to like, and it's wagging a little bit.
If it's not too much trouble,
No. So you're slinking back?
Oh, no, I'm not slinking. There's nothing like I'm not up to anything.
Yeah, she just kind of burrows into you. You look so good in that new coat and cloak. I'm so glad I picked it out for you.
Thank you.
She leads you back up towards the hotel, but not through the main entrance, around a little side path. This is just the family's residence.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Private. Daddy will be busy, so.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. And she leads you inside.
It's very nice.
Yeah, after Mommy passed, I had a lot of their stuff just decluttered.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh, no, that stuff was junk.
The fucker, then.
Here's hoping. She takes your hand, like she's let go of your arm, and she takes your hand and she leads you down the hallway towards a bedroom.
Okay, I mean, again, just oblivious. Yeah, okay.
Inside, she presses up against you, and she kind of just runs a finger up along the buttons of your coat and cloak up to your chin, and she just lets the fingers kind of spindle just there, the tip of your chin. And then she holds it and she pulls it down and she leans up to your lips.
And then whoa!
What?
What are you doing?
I'm going to kiss you.
Oh no!
What?
Oh no! I'm already in love with somebody.
Excuse me? I brought you around town. I was a fucking guide.
I appreciate that, and I will give your father's business 5-star review. Marvelous, thank you so much.
You were flirting with me.
No?
Yes, you were flirting with me.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
Get out. Get out. I said, get out of my room.
I thought we were top and tailing.
You missed out. And she just shoves you back out through the door. Good night. 0. And she shuts the door loudly.
This is just you and me then, Adonna. I look for the ice sculpture.
Back inside the room, Cael, is there anything in particular you want to do at this point, or are you just kind of searching out the space?
Just searching out the space, nosing through belongings and stuff, making sure everything's as it should be, and just checking for any signs of entry or something in their absence.
Give me an investigation check.
18?
You don't see anything untoward in the room. Like, it doesn't look like... I mean, someone has come in and cleaned up the place, but all of your belongings are there. Nothing seems askew or strange or out of place.
Okay, good. It's all okay. What's the game plan here? About to murder an agent in the employ of my own employer. What's the plan here?
Hephaesta and Fia have been standing there the whole time.
Quick dip in the hot springs, maybe.
You can go into the hot springs?
Did we hear him say that?
No.
I'm actually, I want to catch him out.
Yeah, you disrobe and you climb into the hot springs. It's still quite bright. It's only kind of late afternoon, early evening. You can hear there's a lot of energy coming from and noise coming from below in Littlehorn, the main street. And you can see a lot of people kind of milling about. And even here on this little enclosed private area and the Princess Suite, even though you're away from that pathway up, you can still hear people kind of close by. And it takes you kind of a little bit of time to kind of like just relax and get into the zone. When the water gets very cold and it starts to stink and it turns black and you feel something grab your leg.
Very quickly takes a sharp inhale and holds his breath.
You are dragged under and down, and your eyes kind of burn from the water and the heat. God damn true sight.
That only lasted 9 hours. How long's it been?
It hasn't been 9 hours.
Okay.
God damn it. Beyond all of it, you know straight away that you are still physically on the material plane, but you have been dragged into the realm of dreams and nightmares. Give me a wisdom saving throw at advantage, because that stupid fucking eyeball.
God bless you, Jim Jam Flim Flam.
What?
So one was a nat one.
Okay.
Thankfully, we're not going with that one. We're going with the other one, which was wisdom 17 total.
You needed a 16. The fear of drowning and the suffocation, that pressure, it takes you a moment, and it's only through the eye are you able to kind of find a point to fixate on and just look through it all. And the nightmare just sort of becomes background to everything. And standing across from you, you see Morag in her full night hag form.
Goodness, madam, I'm practically in the altogether.
I don't care.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
I find myself indebted. I do not wish to track this out.
Understandable. Kill Dahlia.
A smile coils across her face. Margot won't be pleased.
I don't recall anything about any sort of non-competition clause. So my contract with Margot remains unaltered, and is indeed in full effect.
Very well. She will be dead by nightfall.
You are a woman of your word.
And she just holds up an elongated hand and claw, and she crosses her index finger and her middle finger, and the bones actually snap like branches and twigs. And she smiles, and just bog water drips down her chin. And you hear the door open, And Hephaesta stumbles through into the room, and you gasp for air, and you are soaking head to toe.
His heart pounding. He's absolutely sweating. Deeply, deeply unsure of himself and his surrounds. He takes a minute to take stock. Very quietly retches.
Cael, you have a letter and Sebastian's on the way, and I'm thinking if he is her, right, we just lock him in the room and the three of us just take her out.
Yeah, well, she portaled away last time, didn't she? Oh, she sorry, I thought Fia was with you. She portaled away last time. I don't know, like, how you can, how we could maybe stop that.
I mean, like, if all three of her just hit her at once, right? She might be 2 days too. And say, look, I don't know. The other option is somebody's dead other than her. Like, I've given her multiple chances now to not be dead and to be a better person. And she's not choosing them, so.
His breathing calms. He very coolly tucks his hair back and turns to her with a genuine grin and says, "You're right. We'll stick it to her."
I just like throw your litter in your direction and I go, that's for you. And I turn around and walk back inside.
He glances at it, still, hand still a little shaky. Does he recognize the seal or anything?
The seal, it has your crest on it.
What?
Discreet. Pops it open, crumbles the seal in his hand.
There's literally 9 words. The magpie has fallen. A new king has risen. And the letter M scratched at the bottom. And if you're on our Discord server, you would know that that is the events that took place in Honor Among Thieves, a Discord-based Romance in the Dungeon adventure we did with the community. Cael, you have an inn on the Magpie's Court, as one of your contacts has made their way inside.
Tremendous. A burning hands cantrip flares up. The wax melts and drips down his arm. The letter bursts into flames, and he washes it off in the water of the spring.
Fia, you come in at that moment, but right behind you, Ivan comes in as well, looking a little flustered and carrying an ice bust.
So the date went well, huh?
No, it wasn't a date. She tried to kiss me. It got very awkward.
Yeah, because it seemed like a date.
No one told me about a date. Why did everyone think it was a date? I never agreed to a date. I was being guided around the town. I thought it was a service of...
And you thought the person giving you a tour guide would hang off of your arm and squeeze into you at every chance that they got?
It's pretty cold outside.
Oh, Ivan. You need to read a book or something, maybe. You kind of catch up on times.
As it happens, Fia probably has a couple.
Smut books.
Right?
Here. And I take out a couple of books and I hand them over.
Now that's Fia flirting.
Can I read? I mean, like, it would have been like old-timey.
Yeah, but it's still, you're speaking common, so...
Okay, yeah. Oh, very good.
There might be some terms that you don't get, but neither does Cael, so it's fine.
Look, they're trashy romance, but I don't know, maybe you might learn some social cues from them. Whatever. Just, yeah. Anyway. Cael, what's going on?
Just in the spring.
We have a plan. Fia, we have a plan.
Do we?
Yes. So the little one, the Sebastian, he's coming. And if he's Dahlia, because we can see, because Cael's got the eyeball, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We're just going to, all 3, 4, maybe. Can you do things?
Can certainly try.
All right.
Her
4, we'll
her
try.
crazy ex-girlfriend is like hunting down...
Oh, yeah, you don't know anything anymore.
Yeah.
You know the murderess everyone's talking about,
Nope.
right?
Okay.
Fair enough. Crazy ex-girlfriend kind of really pissed her off. That's on me, but just tried to murder a lot of people, so we want that to stop. I did ask her nicely a couple of times.
Yeah.
So now...
You've given her enough warnings at this stage.
if this Sebastian is not Sebastian, the 3-4 of us are just gonna wham bam and like take her out one hit.
If I were to help, this would mean that we would.
Oh,
End the episode. Cut it right there.
As the three of you all kind of look at each other and then look at Ivan, and Ivan's looking very like, what? There's a knock on the door. You summoned me?
I'm gonna go behind the door and you open it and I'll slam it and then I'll block the door with my body.
I just walk up and I open the door.
Sebastian!
Hi. So here's the thing. My brother and her sister are in trouble. They are on the way to Galeshire for meeting the king. Do you have any idea of what regiment of the army was bringing them to Galeshire?
I'm elbowing Cael.
It was a division of the Galeshire Republic. The same people that Groff brought with him.
Have you been in touch with them at all?
Not for some time, but we haven't had any reports of trouble.
Oh, we have.
One or two. And he locks eyes with Sebastian ?
Sebastian.
Sebastian.
Mm-hmm.
God, isn't it great I didn't say Sebastian there when I was like, kill that one. So, lost my train of thought. We have had some reports of trouble. Ascending spell, simple really. And a diviner in the marketplace confirmed potential for trouble with them. The sending spell, I only got fragments back. The diviner seemed to indicate immediate
My sister.
relevant danger.
Is this... Are we...
We're great. Well, I mean, except for the circumstance we're
Yes,
discussing,
so-
otherwise we're fine.
You're losing me here.
Okay, so
Yeah,
my sister,
yeah.
her brother, right?
They're engaged.
Quillo and Sekhmet, yes.
Yes.
That's not the point. The point is they are missing.
Okay. And a fortune teller.
And also a very...
My mom sent
Okay,
us a
trustworthy
message
source.
through sending saying that Quillo was missing.
You were in contact with Una.
Yeah?
Cael narrows his lips at the other two, doesn't say anything.
I mean, she's Fia's mother.
Yes, we've been trying to find her since Tezrev.
What do you mean find her?
Why?
It's not my place to say.
What do you want with my mom?
She served the cause quite well. We saw her.
Yes, she did. No, there's no denying that
She nearly killed an ogre.
Izzidrim put her talents to use for good for once.
Hang on. What do you mean for... What do you want with my mother?
Your mother is wanted.
I don't understand.
She
Wanted?
failed to mention.
Wanted?
Under what terms?
Murder.
Oh. No.
No. That can't be. No.
Listen. I will check in with the regiment in Galeshire. For now, Paisley has informed me of something happening in Littlehorn. Given the fame that the four of you have acquired the last couple of days, the man believes, and I don't deny, you're best equipped for it.
I mean, we're not big into manual labour if you want those boulders moved.
And if it is something he wants us to do, we'd have to get paid.
You'll be paid. It is to do with the boulders. The town is under attack by some disgruntled giants.
What did the town do to piss off giants?
Just be a town. Giants tend to be very territorial about their spaces. Are you in?
I've never dealt with a giant before.
Oh, for the heroes of Warmnook and Tezrev, it shouldn't be any trouble. And his eyes lock on you, Cael.
Sorry about the eat shit remark. Bad day. You know what? Giants probably. Come on, fine. Let's go have a chat. And he kind of tightens his belt with his scimitar at his side.
I'll let Paisley know. The man has some ideas as to where they might be held up. There was mention of a mountain trail that's been closed this season. So why don't we start there?
But you will be following up on...
Oh, I'll have a message sent.
And you'll come back to us with whatever you hear. We need to know.
That our family's okay.
As soon as I know, you'll know. But I'm going with you.
Sure. If you're, do you want to cut?
I'm doing it as a service citizen of Gaelshire.
Right. Yeah.
He just taps on the little military badge he has. Just says military.
Cael limply salutes.
So let's kill some giants.
And do right by love.
Everyone take a D4 psychic damage.
Not me.
Yeah, not you, you're fine.
For real?
For fuck's sake.
Could we say it and it hurts him?
Yeah, and then it hurts the other ones as well.
No, I'm the paladin.
Like that bit in The Simpsons where they have the electric bats and it's just them buffing each other over and over again. Okay. 4 psychic damage.
3 for me.
3 as well.
I love losing HP right before we go and fight something.
As the 5 of you head back out of the princess suite up to the main area, a huge crowd has gathered, and a woman that you were speaking to earlier on who's kind of waving a ball bearing. Like, look, she's here. Everybody, Fia, and oh my god, she's brought everybody else. My friends, the heroes of Warmnook. And people just start applauding, and you're gestured and kind of manhandled towards a very busy table piled up with food and drink. Felicity is standing off to one side in a huff, just eyeballing you, Ivan. Paisley is trying to get her attention, and she's completely and totally unfazed by him.
Paisley, I won the ice sculpting thing. Now we have to go off and do a bit of business. I wouldn't be able to get that prize now.
Yes, tomorrow. At the ribbon ceremony. And as the 4 of you find yourselves crowded towards the table with your newfound fame, we'll leave the episode there.
You've been listening to Romancing the Dungeon, with Amber as Hephaesta, Sam as Ivan, James as Cael, and Louise as Fia. I'm Declan, and I've been your Dungeon Master. Our time in Littlehorn is getting a little strange, and it's only going to get stranger as they climb Matter-of-Fact Mountain. Can't wait to see what they get up to. I know what they get up to, we've already recorded. It's gas, it's great crack. Make sure you're following us on social media at D8 Dungeon on all the big channels, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, you know, we're out there. Also have a great Discord server where you can chat to other fans of the show. You can chat to cast members and share memes and all sorts of shenanigans. You also get a snippet as to what's coming up. And if you are following us on social media, you might know that we have somebody special joining us for the next couple of episodes. And before I forget, we are now part of the Dakota Irish Guild program, which means if you use the code D8Dungeon at the checkout, you will receive a 10% discount on your order. So if you're looking to get some dice, some awesome TTRPG accessories, whatever it might be, maybe you're looking to bribe the DM in your life for a little bit of extra inspiration, head on over to Dakota Irish. Note to my players, we'll accept bribes. We are back for another episode, and we will see you then.
Do right by love, do right by love.